So read the complete problem and note down the all the values parameters or datas. Okay, the next step. Okay, the first step is identify the weaker member. Okay, so before that we need a velocity ratio, that is I is n1 by n2 or z2 by z1 or d2 by d1. Okay, this we call as velocity ratio. So from these values we can calculate velocity ratio. We have m1, we have n2, you can easily find out I velocity ratio. And z1 is given, z is not given, so we can easily find out z2. What is this z2? Number of teeth on gear. Okay, so d1 d2 is not given, leave it. And the first step, so here I forgot to write the step 1. The first step is identify the weaker member. So Levi's form factor is used to identify the weaker member. Okay, so go to the data in book. Okay, so this is the data in book, volume number 2, Lingaya. So in that, go to gear chapter. So gear, here from equation number 23.116, because we are using 20-degree full depth, not stub. Okay, 20-degree involute profile. Here it is, this equation for 14.5, this equation for 20-degree involute, this equation for 20-degree stub. So here we have to use Levi's form factor. Y is equal to 0.154 minus 0.912 divided by z. If used for pinion, it becomes z1. If used for gear, it will become z2. So here I have noted the write down the equal Levi's form factor equation for 20-degree full depth involute from equation number 23.116, right? So Levi's form factor for pinion, so make it as z1, z as z1, and right. So z1 is known, yes, z1 is known, is given, I think 24, z2 is found 96, yes. So find out the y1 and y2 Levi's equation, Levi's value. So here for pinion, that is 0.116, for gear becomes 0.11445, right? So listen here, by calculating this y1 and y2, how can you identify which one is weaker, which one is stronger? So still we have to find out sigma, multiply this Levi's values into their allowable bending strength, right? Here allowable bending strength for pinion and gear is same, right? 230 MPa. Directly we can say pinion is weaker. Right? In case of if values allowable strength values for pinion and gear is different, you have to multiply with Levi's equation, Levi's values. Then only we can get, right? Assume the values are different. Okay, you have to multiply with allowable strength. Okay, sigma naught 1 into y1, sigma naught 2 into y2. You will get some values, right? So identify which is smaller value. Here 26.68 is smaller, right, for pinion, right? So obviously pinion is weaker. Likewise we can identify weaker member. If the material for gear and pinion is same, we can directly identify pinion is weaker, right? The first step is to identify weaker member. Next, second, design. Second step is design. So you have to write pinion is weaker. If the material is same for pinion and gear, directly we can say pinion is weaker. Thank you. This is step 1. Next step is design. Here guys, come to the design of spur gear, the second step. Here in design we have two different tangential tooth load equation. One is a general tangential tooth load equation. This is a general tangential tooth load equation, and second is Levi's equation for tangential tooth load. Levi's equation for tangential tooth load. So from both the equations, you won't get a perfect round number of tangential tooth load FT. So you get the values in terms of module. So you can see first step by step. So this is general tangential tooth load. So is FT is equal to 9550 into 1000 NCS divided by NR, or 950 into 1000 into P. N or P same power, right? C is a service factor, N is P, and R is the radius. So here, so we are going to design the gauge system based on weaker member, right? So which is weaker member here? Pinion. So you have to take one as pinion, right? So I will take N1 and R1, right? Yes. So power is same for all. Okay, where R in mm, here we have to take R1, N power is given, and tangent tooth load on the weaker member for pinion. The pinion is FT1. FT1 is equal to 9550 into 1000 into PCS into N1 R1. This is a weaker member. Okay, we are going to design according to weaker member. So this is P already given 35 kilowatt. So service factor you can have to go through by table 23.13. Service factor assume okay, here for selection of service factor we have to assume medium shock and 8 to 10 hours. So in belt drives, rope drives and chain drives also we have assumed some service factor, right? So assume medium shock 8 to 10 hours duty per day, like that. So it's from table 23.13. So this is table 23.13. Here we have taken medium shock. So 8 to 10 hours per daily. 8 to 10 hours per daily, right? So I taken 1.50 medium shock, 1 shock, right? So for 8 to 10 hours it is 1.50. So service factor is 1.5 you have taken, right? 1.5. And listen, and also here FT, so this is tangential tooth load, right? Tangential force, tangential tooth load, tangential force, right? The force is acting tangential to the tooth, right? Yes, this is tangential tooth load. From this section we have taken the equations, so you can remember this equation: 9550 into 1000 into NCS divided by NR, right? Okay. So what about R1? R1 is not given and D1 also not given. So we have a term, right, two terms. M for D is MZ. D is MZ. So for to find out R, this is D by 2. Okay. So this is for opinion. So that's by 1. But to find M, D, we have equation, one more relative equation, module into teeth. Module into teeth. So Z1 is given. Okay, 24. So it becomes R1 becomes 12 times module. 12 times module. This is not meter or millimeter. This is 12 times module. So all the values in terms of module will get all the values in terms of module. Okay, service factor we have taken 1.5 from the table 23.13 shown, right? From this table 23.13. Yes, medium shock 8 to 10 hours per daily. Next. So from this general tooth load equation we got the equation. Okay, substitute all the values into the equation. We get the form, values in terms of module only. 9550, 1000 is formula only. Okay, P is power, 1.50 is service factor, CS, right? And N1 is 1000, 200 is given, and R1 we found from this relation 12M. So after the calculation we got 11937.5 divided by M. So take it as equation number 1. Still we didn't get the perfect value from this general tooth load equation, right? So take it as equation number 1. So move on to Levy's equation for tangential tooth load. Here Levy's has given an equation for tangential tooth load, sigma naught B Y P C V, right? So for we are finding out for pinion, right? That is for 1, right? This should be sigma naught 1. This is B. This is the same. Y1. This is P, small p. If it is capital P, there is power. If it is small p, is circular pitch. Okay. And next, this is a CV. Okay. This is a very constant value. And sigma naught By or CV or KV is same. Okay. And listen. So B is phase width. We have to take it from 23.132. If you go for equation number 23.132, there we can get this value, phase width 9.5 times module less than or equal to B less than or equal to 12.5. You can select in between this 9.5 to 12.5. You can select anything. B is equal to 10 meter. Circular pitch also from the same section 23.132. You can get this both phase width and circular pitch. P is equal to pi m. Okay. So here we are going to find out FT for pinion for 1, right? So substitute all the values specifically for pinion. So sigma naught is allowable bending stress 230 MPa, B 10 times module, and Y is 0.116, Y1 from Levy's equation we have taken. So I will show you what is the Levy's equation. Levy's equation in the previous section. okay, and 0.16. And next is circular pitch, that is pi m. CV or kV, you can take anything wish, but same thing kV. Okay, we can solve this kV in the further step. So substitute all the values into this equation and find out. So we'll get the values uh, in terms of module and kV. Okay, so m and m, okay, m square into kV. Okay, you'll get this value. Take it as equation number 2. So equate equation number 1 and 2. Equation number 1 and 2. So we get the values in terms of like this. Same in terms of module and kV. Meter cube into kV is equal to 14.242. So still we didn't get the perfect value or round value. Still we have the equation in terms of module and kV. So final is 14.242. Okay, equation number 3. Next, here, so we have the values with the module and kV, right? Okay. So further, to solve this module and kV, we have one more equation: mean pitch velocity, mean pitch line velocity. Find out this mean pitch velocity for vehicle member. Pi d1, pi dn by 60 is velocity, mean pitch velocity. So especially we are going for pinion, right? Okay. Based on vehicle member, right? So pi d1 in 1. Obviously d1 we don't have a d1 value, so I'll go with as like previous step. We should go with d as m into z. Okay, d1 is mz1, n1. Okay, substitute all the values. Pi m z1 is given, n1 is 1000 or 1200. So substitute all the values. Still we got the velocity, pitch line velocity as in terms of module only, 1.508 times module meter per second only. So we have to assume the modules. Here we have to assume the modules. How, sir? First, select the module m is equal to 3 mm. Select standard module from table 2.3. So listen, here we have to select some select the values. I'll show you. So from this table 23.3, we have to select the module. Okay. So here you can note down the numbers without brackets. Brackets are preferred. Okay. So here I am going to take 3. Okay. You can take anything 2, 3, 2.5. Okay. But you have to take check and error. Okay. Here I am going to select 3, not round figure within the bracket, without the bracket. Okay. Numbers without brackets are preferred. So I am going to select module as 3. So listen. Here I am going to select the module as 3. Select the standard from 23.3 and substitute a module into this equation. Okay, 1.508 into 3. Okay, here like this. Look at 4.524. So we have an equation for kV, right? kV and CV. In the previous step, we have kV, CV is formula, right? Yes, kV, right? kV or CV, anything is wish. And listen. So for that, we have an equation, kV equation from table from equation number. Here 23.134. There is a restriction for Vm 7.5 meter second. Okay, less than or equal to 7.5 meter second. Okay, so you can, or up to 7.5 meter per second, you can use this equation. KV CV is equal to 3 by 3 plus Vm. It is less than or equal to 12.5 mm. It is 4.5. So it should be less than 7.5. So for less than 7.5 is not equal, less than 7.5 meter per second. So use this equation, K by 3 plus Vm. Okay, substitute the values of Vm, this equation values into this. Okay, we get the value 0.3987. Okay, so from now from equation 3. Okay, already we have module and value of kV. Okay, for previous thing, equation 3, listen, for equation 3 we have module and kV, right? You can easily substitute module and kV. Module is 3, kV we got it, right? And substitute, right? Substitute, I will get a value is 10.765, which is less than 14.24, which is less than 14.24. What is it for less than 14.24? Yeah, listen, this is MQ is less than 14.24, right? It should be almost equal or greater than, right? Okay, if you multiply m cube and kb, it should, if it is almost equal or greater, then only we can accept the module. Now you can check this value is less than 14.24, right? So our assumed module is wrong, not suitable. So go for trial 2, select module 4, next value, next module. So from this table, okay, without bracket, after the 3, next one is 4, yes, select the module 4. So after selection of module 4, okay, again same procedure is repeated. VM is 1.508 is in terms of here, in place of this module. So substitute m as 4. So multiply it, you will get the VM value 6.032. So you can use same EKV, because VM less than 7.5, you can use this equation, right? Yes. So you get the value of kV as 0.322. Okay, again substitute this m and kV into previous equation, equation 3, to the equation 3, you will get the value. So you get the value 21.248, which is greater than 242. Yes, then suitable. We can select the module as 4. The selected module is suitable. Yes. Next. Dear student, this is a step 3. So here we are going to find out the dimensions of the asparagus. Here first is module. Module is we have selected module as 4 mm. So in the previous steps, okay. So here we have to find out the addendum, dedendum, working depth, minimum depth, pitch circle diameter, phase width, everything, right? So no need to remember the formulas. We can get all the values, all the formulas from table 23.1. If it is new data book, you can get it from table 23.1. If it is old data book, you can get it from table 2.1. So for 20-degree full depth involute profile, so this is our table 23.1. In this table 23.1, we get all the equations corresponding to the dimensions. Reason, okay. For example, pressure angles 20 degrees there. Okay. For our gear is full depth 20 degree system, right? Yes. So to find out addendum, we have 1 times module, 1 into 4. For dedendum, it is 1.25 times module. So all the equations and dimensions are written here, okay, are written here. So here, for example, take it addendum. Addendum is 1 times module. 1 times module means 1 into 4. So 4 mm, like that. Dedendum 1.25 times module. 1.25 into 4, 5 mm. Like that, I have listed all the dimensions from the same table 23.1 and found the values. For example, if pitch diameter is Zm, for pin it is Z1 times M, right? For pin gear it is Z2 times M. What is Z? Number of teeth on pinion. Number of teeth on pin is 24. Number of teeth on gear is 96. So you get the different values. Likewise, outside diameter also Z plus 2. For it is pinion, Z1. For it is gear, it is Z2. So likewise, find out all the values of dimension. And in table 23.1, you won't get this phase width and circular pitch. So you add it in step 2. In step 2, we had a phase width and circular pitch. Okay. So copy the same formulas. So multiply it by module to get the values, right? So this is end of the dimensions. Step 3. Okay. Thank you.